Good morning, folks. This is Lord Holland. Today we're bringing you one of my favorite Tier 8 destroyers, Benson. I loved the Benson. Now, I did not grind this thing in operations. I ground this ship in randoms. So I can speak from random experience. This ship is amazing. It is a very competitive, very strong destroyer. For my captain build, I do have 12 points on it, but I'm only running a 10-point build. So it's the usual standard build for DDs: preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, and concealment. After that, it's adrenaline rush. And then after that, it's really just, user preference. Now, since I have the economic boost plus, the economic package plus my personal merits and everything, I get, again, higher than the normal player would. So 10% to credits, 60% to Commander X, or 60% to ship XP, 75 to Commander XP, and 100 to free XP. So I get, considerable boost to mine. So it's always economical for me, but I feel bad for normal players because they don't have the military contributor flag. Armor layout, again, she's like the old one. She has no armor. This thing HE damage, and it will die. So keep that in mind. It will die under focus fire. So you need to dictate the terms of the engagement for you. Now, for hull, we are not running any modules. We are not running any modules on this ship. So we're looking at a completely stock ship. Now, let's bring up everything so you can see what it would look like. For increased health, plus everything, she goes to about 18,000 health. AA jumps up a little bit, not much. You're not going to be defending yourself against carriers. Rudder shift drops down to 2.7 plus the rudder module you would put on, or propulsion. I would probably recommend propulsion since it is such a fast rudder shift already. Yeah, go propulsion because it's only 2.7 with it fully upgraded. So you're doing pretty good. And you're going to be stopping in your smoke, shooting, then moving. And so you'll be moving back and forth a lot. For torpedo-wise, it is a big trade-off. And this is where I did buy the upgraded Torps because I wanted that extra punching power. And since you do it in randoms, I did it in randoms, I wanted more punching power. But it is a considerable difference. I mean, you're doing 16,600 with the upgraded damage, but you're doing almost a 2-minute reload. So if you're going to run it at ops, I definitely just stick with the stock torpedoes because you're not losing anything as far as range. You still have great range. So with stock torpedoes, you're still doing a 9.2 range and almost 12,000 damage. So that's still very respectable. If you're going to grind it in ops, I would just go for the artillery, which would jump it up to 12 kilometers, and then the hull. And you skip the torpedoes if you're running in operations. Now, if I was going to put modules on this, main armaments 1, engine room protection 1, aiming system modification 1, propulsion, and then concealment. Now, for her consumable wise, she gets damage control, engine boost, or smoke, standardized American smoke, very wonderful, and then defensive AA or engine boost. Always engine boost. Always. You're going to want your engine boost, definitely. It's going to keep you alive. Now, for guns, the hull doesn't give you much for guns at all. So you're going to be working with stock guns. So this is basically her main guns. It is 3.3 second base stock reload, 3.3 for shifting, max 180 turn time, 5 seconds, dispersion 94 meters, and a 10.5 max range with 11.4 being max. So again, you can still work with that 10.5 and up, absolutely. Even in randoms, you can still work with it because you're such a stealthy ship. For HE damage, 1800, 5% of fire, And then you do, since these are American shells, they're going to be floaty. So unless you're basically point blank with AP on a broadside cruiser, like we're talking point blank. So we're talking at least 2 to 3 kilometers, maybe 5, probably 5 at minimum. The AP ain't going to do stuff. So you're going to be mostly just spamming HE, 85, like 99.9% of the time. Torpedo power, we've already gone over that. Depth charges, number of depth charges, and so she gets 10 per charge, 10 depth charges per charge, 2 charges, and 5,100 max damage. The bad news is they're in the back. So you're going to have to approach run towards the submarine and drop it as you go over it. And that leaves you open to shotgunning. So there is that downside. Do you try to kill the sub or risk getting shotgunned? So there's that. Again, AA, even with the upgrade and hull, don't expect to be fighting a CV. Just go dark. For, again, rudder shift with the upgraded hull, 2.7 for second stock, still very respectable. 570 turning circle and 38 knots. So very respectable stats. She is a very strong destroyer. Now for concealment, with the concealment module, she is a 6.4. So with concealment, that would considerably probably go down to about 5.8. So very competitive. She is a very competitive destroyer. She will fight. With the engine, with the Sierra Mike speed flag on, she does about 40 knots. So plus engine boost, maybe 45 knots at minimum. So you do have that advantage. But with flags being so valuable these days, I recommend saving your flags for competitive, like clan battles, or ranked if you run ranked. But mostly clan battles. But again, even if you ran a fully stocked Benson like I do, a very, very respectable ship. Now, for economic packages, this is what she would look like if you did want to buy the economic, or the exterior boost. Now, since it doesn't do much anymore, you're just when you're running a naked ship, basically. I recommend just running a naked ship anymore because it's not worth it to buy it. Now, if you're lucky enough to pick up the Halloween camo from like a random Halloween crate for distant voyages container, this is what the Benson one looks like. It just becomes a giant rat. Or ghoul, I guess. But it is a very beautiful camo. Well, no, it is actually a rat. Yeah, it's a rat. Just doesn't look like it from that side. But you see on this side, it is a rat, basically. A very menacing, ghostly-looking rat. And then you get the old kind of bubonic plague death head kind of thing. So it is a very death-looking ship. And then you get serpents and snakes for your torpedo tubes. So again, art department did a phenomenal job, and it looks all kind of scaly. And you get the little cages on the back. It is a very, very beautiful camo. I run this camo because I love it. And it will make smoke come out, green smoke come out of your smokestack, and the smoke from your guns go green. So you'll see that a lot in the video. So it is a very fun ship to run. Very fun ship. It is a great ship to run. This was a grind I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed the Fletcher. So you'll have fun in this ship, either in ops or in randoms, easily. It's a good ship, very competitive. Just make sure you have at least the 10-point captain, and you'll be okay. 13 for comfortability-wise, but you can make it work with a 10-point. Now let's get into that replay, and we'll show you how she does. Hello, and welcome to WOW's Operation Replays. This is your host, Lord Holland, and today I've got another tech trial. Now, this is with a new guy I've been teaming up with, Captain Satisfaction, but the star of this video is myself and this Pobeda. Now, as you probably have seen, that I have posted my attack guide on Raptor Rescue. But this Pobeda, I can't explain how great X-Protrine I honestly can't pronounce his name, but this guy, bloody phenomenal. Look at the torp bombers going in immediately. Watch what happens.
Warship commanders, clear the most direct route for the aircraft in the specified sectors.
He drops his planes. And the DD's gone. Nicholas is already out. I've never seen a CV pull that off.
Well done,
and I'm like, holy crap. I was so impressed with this CV. This guy is, I complimented this guy like several times. I mean, he saved my butt, and he just did a phenomenal job.
Enemy battleship detected.
And you see the torps that he just dropped that are going in. Only 3, but they all arm. They're 4 arm, and he kills it. Easy. I mean, he's killed both DDs within a minute and a half. I mean, I've never seen a CV do that before. I've never seen a CV do that. Now, as you guys like to know, I do the funny thing, and this is in a completely stock Benson with very limited upgrades. Now, this is a 12-point commander. I did say I was going to standardize the testing, but this captain does only have 10 perks on it. It has 12 points, but it only has 10 perks. And it's the standard, you know, preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, and concealment expert. That's literally all that's on this DD. Now I do the usual, you know, smoke up. The CV's spotting for me, so again, another compliment for that. But, you know, I get fires, and I just wait to get my torps on and get some damage stacked up. There's a flood on the New York, so that's burned it. Torps are going in on the Wyoming. We'll see what we get. No floods, unfortunately. Would have been nice to get another flood. Now, Benson was an amazing destroyer. As you can tell by the camo, I do have the ghoul camo, which is basically a giant rat on the DD. I love this game. Again, the art department did a phenomenal job. And it's just the green puffs of smoke. It's just such a beautiful animation. But I mean, I'm just doing my normal funny. But also look, the CV is honestly not going for the ships I'm farming. Now the CV, he's going for the New Mexico, the Indianapolis. He's going for all the others. He's not even going for the ones I'm farming, which also shows another beautiful trait. Sportsmanship. Again, he literally just let me farm these battleships down because he knew I was doing him a favor. I was getting these guys down. I mean, it's like, wow. He was just such an amazing player. I can't stop complimenting this guy, and you're going to see what he does. And what I always stress in my videos, he does literally everything textbook. That it's like, I can't, there's no room for this guy to improve. No room at all. And my buddy Satisfaction picks up the New York and the Wyoming. New Mexico goes down, and literally all the battleships literally died right on top of each other. And then there's that Indianapolis left. He picks up that one too. Now you guys know I do like to go around the island and get some AP Citadels in. And you'll see Mr. Pobeda here saving my bacon because I screw up in one instance. Now I've still got 2 speed boosts left and 2 smokes left.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Now, I am popping. They are popping literally right in front of me. I'm popping the smoke immediately. And he is, and the Pobeda is going for this Omaha in front of me, Mr. Kilo. But you see, I'm just hitting it with so many AT shells that by the time his Torps hit, it's already dead. 13 Citadels.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Smoke screen set.
And you'll see why this is just such an effective tactic. I mean, you've seen me do it in a kid, but this is a texture destroyer.
Boost deactivated.
Now, obviously, you know, the kid has just better everything. I mean, it has a better reload. It's a better ship, but I mean, to do this in a tech ship was also really nice to see. And I should have stayed in my smoke, but I really screwed up. And you'll see how Pobeda saves me. I'm like, crud, Omaha, I'm out of my smoke. And the guns are looking at me. They reloaded, and I'm shooting. So I have to open water gunboat this guy down. Getting some good damage on it though. And Pobeda basically saved my bacon right there. I would have died if he had not helped, if he had not killed that thing. I really screwed up. Now, you see how I always estimate, I always tell you, like, Pobeda on my Raptor S, you could Citadel, the Ranger. Look where the CV's heading. He's using his rocket planes. Now, he's gonna delete this CV, and I will press Alt so you guys can just see how much health Pobeda actually takes off of a Ranger. I already know what he's gonna do. Satisfaction didn't know what I was doing till it was too late, which is understandable. I mean, it is the first time he's played with me in a DD, so. And I'm like, I'm putting some of this on. I'm putting this on my YouTube channel because he could have died right now, and I still would have put it on. Look at that, 30,000 on that carrier. With one rocket strike. That at least had to be at least 4 to 5 Citadels on that carrier. And like someone's asking, what's your name? And I go, WOWSOPERATIONSREPLAYS. So hopefully he subscribes. But again, he's got his fighter down. He's spotting it so he knows. And then he's already going in for a second run. I mean, that is literally just textbook carrier play. I mean, I've done it, but it usually takes me about 2 to 3 strikes, maybe 4 to kill that. He's done it. He'll do it on this next strike. He is. I can't comprehend how much work this CV did. I mean, this guy was bloody phenomenal. Now, he isn't really, you know, you think, oh, why is he going in? Well, he's waiting to get that perfect strike. He's waiting for that CV to make its final turn. He's waiting so he knows he can kill it in one strike, so he's just waiting. He's going to go in, but he's going to wait till he gets just that perfect strike on it. Because he knows he's probably done this before. More than likely, he's done this before. So. And you see, he went back in. The CV's already straightened itself back out. So it's going to go straight down now. Meaning he can just, you know, it won't change his course. So he just has to go right at it now. Again, I don't know if I was... Up there it is, I'm looking. Come on. Come on, bring me back on the CV. There we go. Okay. Watch its health. There's the attack run starting. He gets a fire, and it kills it. 2 strikes on that Ranger, and it's gone. That is bloody impressive. I mean, I honestly can't express how good that felt when I saw that. Now, I screw up with my second set. My first set actually takes out the normal ship, so the Pobeda doesn't have to go in for it. And then I realized, you know, I'm in detection range. But the Pobeda and I did a really great job of cleaning these waves up. A really great job. And remember, this is uncoordinated with in no division. He's literally just playing the ship how he plays it. This is why when I make my CV guides, I usually let the CV have more free reign to do what it wants to. Because I don't feel a CV should be tailored to help the team entirely. On this one, yeah, it has to help the team more, but it doesn't need to. Another 5 Citadels, that Omaha goes down.
Smoke screen set.
And I don't have adrenaline rush, so I'm stuck with a stock reload, unfortunately. So my reload of my Torps ain't gonna get any better. So I'm stuck with 110 seconds for a reload on Torps. And apparently his game has been crashing. So I feel bad for him because with the new, you know, animation, or if he actually DC'd, he would, he would lose all that XP. But I think it's just his ping and everything was going out. Now our Fiji does go down. That's the first ship to go down, and we're 13 minutes in. Now I'm dropping all the Torps because I can see which one the Pobeda is going after. I can see which one he goes after. So I purposefully don't drop my Torps on that one. Just look at it. They're literally right there, and I do shoot them so it can help get it down. But see the Torps, boom, it's gone. Whisky 2 is gone. And I just start shooting, and just trying to help get all these DDs down. And he's already got his second wave on. I've already going to attack it again. I didn't get a Torp on that one, but see, there's the other one. He takes Whisky 1 out. He's taking out 2 of Whisky. That is one of the fastest Whisky destruction runs I've ever seen. I mean, he was right on it. I was right on it. Those DDs didn't stand a chance. Now I know that by this point he can do the job. I have confidence in our Pobeda that I know he's going to pick up that Omaha. I know what the Pobeda can do. I've ground that thing in this slop. I know what it does. So I decided to go because I know where the third wave is going to be. So first one was in the middle. Second was right there. And I saw the third one's going to be over on my left. So I had that wave. And I don't have any smoke, but my Torps were up in 17 seconds. And it does get a little scary there. I mean, we're down to a minute, and not many of our ships are kind of, close to there. But I am kind of worried, but I'm not truly worried. You see the bombs, he's dropped the bombs, and it's gone. I'm estimating he might have got a Citadel or 2. I know the skip bombs camp Citadel, and it wasn't Omaha. So I imagine he probably Citadel'd it or something. And I'm like, I love this CV! And he goes, thanks. But it's true. This is one of the best carrier players I've seen in Ops. This guy makes me look like a noob, honestly. I can do pretty good, but this guy is doing stuff with Pobeda that I can only dream of. He does go in for a Missouri run. But unfortunately, you know, the Missouri and all that, it would, you know, it shreds the plane. So he decides to, you know, go and pick up the other ships back north, which is understandable. No sense for him to throw all of his planes away, honestly. And they're going to drive straight in. So I just drop a set of, you know, normal torps. I just launch them on that ship over there. And then I turn out, because I know the radar range is 9 kilometers. I know it's 9 kilometers, so I have to stay out at least 9 kilometers out. Now, I wish I had adrenaline rush on this, because I could have pumped out a little bit more damage, honestly. Now, he is coming in with the skip bombers. He's going to go for the Wichita. He knows I have torps on the other two. See, he and I worked pretty well and synced together. I would honestly div up with this captain any day. Now, right there, I get 3 torps. Cleveland's practically gone. Skip bombers going in, and I use this rock for cover. Again, positioning, positioning, positioning. They can't kill me if they can't shoot me. And I want to just stay in there long enough to get my torps long enough because I want to go for another torp run. And I'm keeping an eye on the Missouri because that's what I'm going for. Because this replay also highlights something very special. I'm getting just a few more seconds, I wish I had Superintendent. I would have popped Superintendent if I had it. Or Smoke if I had it. But that's another thing. Well, I always say, you be aware of your consumables. Manage those consumables. Missouri pops back up, and I drop both sets immediately. Because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's no... I know I'm dead. I lose 1 torp 2. And I try to get whatever last damage I can. And I'm dead. But my torps, and I'm thinking, is that Cleveland? That Wichita gonna drive straight into him? Now these are also stock torpedoes, so keep that in mind. And then thinking, okay, I'm gonna probably hit, but they just barely clear that Wichita, and they all hit. 8 torps out of 10. And I should have had the Missouri, but the secondaries on the battleships. Gotta love it. And it was dark. The Torpid steals my kill. That should have been my kill, honestly. Again, there goes our Mr. Pobeda, dropping some torps on Mr. Wichita. He gets, looks like 2 torps. Cleveland's going down. Or Wichita. Wichita goes down to Satisfaction. And then we have Mr. Cleveland that goes down to the fort. All ships gone. Pretty impressive run. One of the best I've seen.